Help keep Kinks and Beats Daily ad-free and receive bonus content early with a contribution of 20 cents per episode. Visit herohabit.com/shop for more information. Welcome to Kinks and Beats Daily. I am your host, Tony Fry. This is episode 140. I hope you are all doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy as we continue to battle this strange disease and time we're in right now. Today, we are talking about I Gotta Move by the Kinks. And this is another obscurity, but unlike the obscurity that War Is Over was a couple days ago, this one was sold a lot. It's just a B-side. It was released October 23rd, 1964 as the B-side to All Day and All the Night. This is actually a 45 I actually own as well. So this is the week of 45s because I owned the War Is Over 45, and I own this one too. And so what they've done is they're recording You Really Got Me as a hit, and Ray records Tired of Waiting for You. And the record company says that's going to be a single. We're not putting out on an album. That's going to be a single. But it's too slow. It's a ballad. We got to put out one more rocker like You Really Got Me before we release So Tired of Waiting. So they come up with All Day and All the Night. It's obviously trying to capitalize on the success of You Really Got Me. And then after that, they will put out the ballad, quote unquote. This is the B-side. It's an early recording with Mick Avery on drums. You remember he was, a late addition to the band and doesn't appear on several of their earliest recordings, including You Really Got Me, and All Day and All the Night, I believe. This is one of among his first recording sessions with the band. And it's possible, although tough to confirm, but it's possible that Jimmy Page of the Yardbirds and later Led Zeppelin actually appears playing 12-string guitar on this track as well, which I could buy because it sounds like there is one extra guitar player on this track to my ears. And there is not enough people in the band for all those guitars. Recording was likely done on August 31st, 1964, and it was most likely that the song was recorded during the sessions that ultimately produced the band's first LP. Based solely on when it was submitted to like the Copyright Office and all that kind of stuff, it looks like the intention for a long time was for this to be an album track. At the very least, it was recorded alongside those album tracks, and subsequent reissues of the album, Kinks, the first LP of theirs, often include this as a bonus track, as well as All Day and All the Night. I'm glad that it's not on the album. The first album is what it is. And, there's some lower moments on it, but this song is not that great. It's not a particularly exciting record. It was recorded on a one-track machine, probably in a hurry, based on everything else we know about that band's schedule at that time. And I'd imagine, even though it was recorded in the sessions that produced the LP, I'd imagine it was always destined to be a B-side. As a B-side, it's fun. It's a cool little blues-inspired groove. I would guess that this is probably what a lot of guys from that era would consider a skiffle song. But it is, basically one chord for the whole time. And then that's it. The riff is a simple G minor pentatonic, and the song pretty much stays on that G chord except for the chorus, which moves from C7 to D7 and back to G. And then the last verse of the song shifts up a whole step to A. Same exact thing, though. It's just transposed up a whole step. It's not a standard blues song. It doesn't follow the 12-bar progression. It doesn't really follow a 16-bar blues progression either. But it is blues adjacent, I'll say. And if a blues guy did this, it would be fine because it does have the lyrics and the guitar riff kind of alternating pattern, and it uses the same 1-4-5 chords that all of our favorite blues songs use. But other than that, this is an inconsequential song. And when you have it on the same piece of vinyl as All Day and All the Night, it's like almost two different bands. And if you would have told me this was a cover song, I would have believed you as well. It just you can tell this was not a song that they were putting a ton of energy into, or crafting some meaningful lyric. This was a worker's song. John and Paul used to say they'd sit down and write a swimming pool. This was an obligation. I need to fill 2 LP sides and 245 sides, and this will be one of those things that fills it. And that's all it is. Beyond that, there's not much to talk about. Like I said, it only stays on one chord, so we can't really talk about the harmony. The lyrics are kind of meh. I don't know. I like a lot of the early Kinks stuff. I like most of the early Kinks stuff. But this is not a song I go back to very often. It is on the Spotify playlist. If you haven't heard it in a while, or maybe you've never heard it, you can check it out on Spotify and see for yourself what you think of it. I mean, it's very of its time. It sounds like maybe a little bit before its time. It sounds like an early 60s bar band from England doing, an American style R&B blues kind of thing, but whatever. I guess this is going to be a short episode. I thought I'd have more to say, but I really have nothing else to say. So that's I Gotta Move. If I'm dead wrong, maybe this is your favorite B-side of them all. Let me know. 925-494-1739. Email me, kinksandbeats@herohabit.com. And I said herohabit.com, which is the place you can visit. I really love to have you guys join the discussion group and let's get talking. I'm tired of being on the Facebook groups and seeing all the negativity and the bickering and the rehashing of old stuff. Let's start some new conversations with some new people, make some friends who are bonding over our love for this music. It's the best music ever, right? I'd love to see you there. And yeah, that's all. All right. I'm really, really good at ending podcasts today. This should have been done in 5 minutes. We are now 7:55, and I'm still meandering. I should offer some kind of prize for people who endure this episode all the way to the end. If you're still listening, no, I'm not going to do that. What would I offer? All right, that's enough. Goodbye. This podcast is presented by the Hero Habit Podcast Network. Swing by HeroHabit.com today to comment on this episode and poke around our growing database of sports and pop culture news, reviews, and collectibles. HeroHabit.com. Collect your heroes. Seriously, you're still listening?